green theme loadout with cheap and expensive options for every skin, so let's get right into it. So starting off with the pistols, you have the Glock 18 Gamma Doppler Emerald, which is my preferred choice obviously, but it is very expensive, so the Glock 18 Nuclear Garden for only $3.5 is a great option as well. As for the Tech 9, the Bamboozle in factory new is perfect, it looks super nice and it is just $1. Before we go to the city side, this video was sponsored by SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a CSGO trading platform where you can trade your old rusty CSGO skins for some new shiny ones in just a few seconds. The way it works is pretty simple, you select the skins you want to trade and you select the ones you want to get. You click trade and it's done. If you use my code OZNI on the website, you get a bonus of up to $5 for absolutely free when you trade on the website. And you also get a 35% bonus when buying balance. On top of that, they have daily, weekly and monthly giveaways in the freebies page. The link to the website is in the description, and thank you SkinsMonkey for sponsoring this video. So on the city side we have the USP Monster Mashup, which is definitely my favorite one, and it is about $20 for the minimum wear version, but if you want a cheaper option, the USP Flashback in factory new is only $2. For the 5.7 I chose the Hotshot, which is pretty cheap for just $1.7 for the minimum wear version, and you can even add some green stickers to it and it will look amazing. As for the pistol that you can use in both the T and the city side, we have the P250, and for this one I went with the Verdigris for only 10 cents, but for this one you must get the battle scarred version with the highest float that you can find, because the higher the float, the more green this skin will be. For the Deagle, it is actually a tough one. The Emerald Jormungand, I don't know how to spell it, is literally the only option, but it is very expensive and it costs around $220. If you have another option for the Deagle, please let me know in the comments, but I did not find any. So going over to the mid tier, in the T side we have the Mac 10 Nuclear Garden, which for me is easily the best one, and the minimum wear version is only $5.5. For the MP7 we have the Motherboard, which looks nice and is very cheap for just 10 cents, and for the MP9 we have the Hydra, which is easily the best choice. It looks great and it is not that expensive at all. For the P90 we have the Grim for under 50 cents, and now going over to the shotguns, we have the Nova Green Apple in souvenir and minimum wear for only $3. If you want the non-souvenir version, which I'm showing in the screen, it is going to cost you around $10, so just know that the non-souvenir is much more expensive. For the XM, my favorite one is the Watchdog, which isn't fully green, but the green parts of this skin look very nice. Now going over to the rifles, on the T side we have the Galil Echo, which is easily the best pick for me. It is super cheap as well, and you can even combo it with green stickers. For the XG we have the Dragon Tech, which is another very cheap skin and fits in this inventory absolutely perfectly. The skin actually has a great design as well. And now going over to the AK, my favorite one is the Wild Lotus, but as you all know it is super expensive, so another option which is much cheaper would be the Green Laminate, which is a very old and nice looking skin, and this one you kind of have to combo it with green stickers and it will look very nice. Now going over to the city side, there's the FAMAS, which is pretty hard actually. There's not many good ones for a green inventory, but the Meow 36 is only 20 cents and I guess it's alright. The M4A4 is very hard as well. There's really no great options, but I would say that the best one is probably the Jungle Tiger, which is not expensive at all, but it also doesn't look that great. For the M4A1S on the other hand, we have very good choices, and the first one is the Moss Quartz, which is easily the best one for me, but it is pretty expensive, so if you want something cheaper, the M4A1S Amphosaurus looks very good and it costs so much less. And for the AUG we have the Carved Jade, which in my opinion is absolutely perfect. It looks insane in CS2 and it is not super expensive. You can get a minimal wear one for about $11, so it isn't cheap but also isn't very expensive, and honestly it looks really good. Now going over to the snipers, for the Scout we have the Acid Fade, which is around around $1 and it does not look all that green, but if you add some green stickers to it, it will fit this inventory perfectly. And for the op, my first choice is going to be the containment breach, which is the best option, but it is very expensive. It goes for around $100 to $120, so a cheaper option would be the apheres, which is pretty common, but it looks pretty clean and only goes for $3.5 in minimal wear. And last but definitely not least, we have the knife and glove combo. So my favorite one is the bayonet emerald with the sport gloves hedge maze, but this is a super high tier combo and overall very expensive as well, so it's not really doable for most people watching this video. For this reason, a cheaper one that I actually like a lot is the Shadow Daggers Gamma Doppler Phase 4 with the Hydra Gloves Emerald. This one is much more affordable and looks very clean in my opinion. Basically for the knife you can change it to any other Gamma Doppler depending on your budget. You can go for a bayonet if you want, but it will be much more expensive. But that is it for the green inventory. Let me know what you guys would change down in the comments. Leave a like in the video if you enjoyed and subscribe to the channel for daily CS2 videos.